So, that is the wrong music. But you know what? I'm gonna roll with it. What we see is a single strand. A point in space tethered to another. And this length, it's straight, it's taut, it's connected steadfast to something else. And we watch the length of this thread as it is pulled and moved through and around, in and out of something. And it weaves around all these other threads, fabrics, and points of you don't know. But what we do see is as these lines coincide and weave together, they form something bigger, something far more. And as these parts move in tandem and start to fit together, shape begins to take form. And as these pieces move, as joints begin to shift and cogs turn, there is the gentle reaching of something that halts the progress. Oh, come on. The bot's being stupid. Hold on. Okay, we're back on the ship. Jack, you have just opened up you were starting to open the crate, and there is a bunch of hay inside. It is much larger than you anticipated, and you are working away on that slowly. You have just avoided detection. And now we turn to the two of you at the far end of the ship. What are you doing? You have pulled... Actually, I would like... Who's steering the ship?
Holger, I suppose.
Okay. I would like you to make a stealth... Actually, I'd like both of you to make stealth checks. This is for sneaking up upon the vessel.
Hey, 22.
Nice. I won't kill you.
I appreciate that.
Will you stop being stupid now? Sorry, not you. I'm talking to the bot.
That was a moment.
Okay.
I mean, I kind of would like if this turned out to just be a party boat.
I mean, it is a party boat.
But a party boat with a dark secret.
Oh yeah, I should probably get some tokens for you guys, huh?
Oh yeah.
Holger, what race are you?
Human.
What?
I am a human.
Human. That's what I thought, but I wanted to make sure.
You know those weird bipedal hairless monkeys?
Finely dressed person.
I think we probably would have got a uniform for him that looked like the one that me and the other guy were wearing as well.
That is.
How would you have gotten those uniforms? This was like a
You never
whole
It
remember
discussion.
wasn't a
when-
uniform.
Oh, that's right. You just wanted to get all matching outfits. That's right. Yeah, we
Right,
Well, no, what
right.
I did was I got the approximate color, so that at a glance I would pass.
Sure. Yeah, it's simple enough. You probably don't have any like fine embroidery or like this symbol necessarily, but it's close enough from you remember because you wore the actual outfit yourself, so you were able to find something similar. Although you did say near the end of the last episode that you were wearing like a thick jacket over the top of it to make yourself look like a fisherman.
Yes.
Probably upon your approach. Are you doffing that now? Or are you still
If I'm
in your
going
sort
on
of...
board,
Okay. Are you going to... Yeah, that's my question, I suppose.
I have not been given a signal, nor have I been alerted to any dangers.
Okay.
I'm staying with the boat. Because I don't
I think
think
that the plan
Holger's...
was that our boat would fit. Yeah. Wouldn't our boat fit underneath the overhang of their boat? I think was the plan that we were going to pull up
Yeah,
beside it.
Correct. And you have successfully done that.
Should
Yeah.
Joshua be on the boat too, or
I mean,
Small
you
one.
two have
Yes.
just pulled up
Yeah.
just now. What are you doing? Oh, what did you get for your stealth checks? Both? What did Joshua
22.
get?
right? Sorry, I forgot to roll a stealth check.
I'll just make it a group check since you're maneuvering the boat together. Just rolling, or
I have to check my modifier for stealth.
oh,
Out of 6.
ooh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So, what are you doing as you all approach?
Holger's just prepared to hunker down. Like he's got like a facsimile of a fishing pole or something.
Okay. And Joshua?
Trying to be as inconspicuous as possible. Maybe like sweeping the deck.
Okay. About 5 minutes pass when you hear a sound in the holds. A bit indiscernible. And then you hear hushed voices. And again, this is all separate from the general commotion and, light partying up on the upper decks. This is something that you hear through the hold of the ship.
Be loud.
And you hear stairs creaking and someone's calling out, "Hello? Is anyone there?" You do anything?
Joshua calls back saying yes.
This is coming
You
from
get it.
inside the ship. It appears as though someone has entered the hold and is investigating
They're trying to-
the sound that they heard in the hold.
Ooh, I thought it was
Trying
going
to-
to be Jen.
Yeah, that's why I reiterated.
Yeah, can I retract that
Yes,
statement? Or okay, thank God. I didn't just blow this whole thing up with a bad sentence.
Yeah. But you get the impression that something may be happening. You're not sure. You don't know if Jack has been found out. But there is the slight concern. Are any of you doing anything? You're just
Not
waiting
unless,
for Jack.
not unless the alarm is raised.
Okay.
Joshua turns to. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Joshua turns to Holgear and says, "Should we raise the alarm? Specifically, should I raise the alarm and get Jack out of there and I figure my own way out?"
There's no alarm been raised yet. There's a very good chance they haven't found him out yet. Just play it cool for now. They'll tell us when they find him.
10 minutes pass.
Right, but I'm on standby.
20 minutes pass. Enough time has passed that you assume that if Jack was on time, which he seemed professional enough to be, had gotten out, scoured the entire hold, he would have at least found it by now. Are you still holding position?
I think he'd put his ear to the hole, try and see if he hears anything.
Make a perception check with disadvantage.
That was a natural 22.
A natural 20 and
And 11. That's tragic.
you kind of glitching out.
It is.
Just a sec. Gonna try and enter the hotel's Wi-Fi.
In a hotel?
Yes.
Cool.
But I got a 22 and an 11.
You listen in and you don't hear anything. And you're confident about that. There's no sound coming from the hold. Jack, make me a sleight of hand check. I believe we did this at the end of last session, but this is compounding for continuing to open the crate.
That would be a 23.
All right, you
Be
continue
a 23.
to quietly, carefully open the crate. Would you say that you're, and this is up to you, would you be taking your time to be absolutely careful with this, or would you sort of be moving fairly quickly just because you know that the amount of time you spend here is almost like a death sentence?
Well, if I were doing the job on my own, I would take my time, but I know that I'm on a schedule with other people, so I gotta try to keep on that schedule, so I'm going to try to be just a little bit quicker than I normally would be.
Okay. Still silently. Just curious. Okay. It probably takes you about being super stealthy. There's a fair amount of racket above, Do you feel comfortable making a little bit of sound and hoping that it gets washed over? Or are you making absolutely no sound as you're doing this? I'm giving you complete control.
I tell you what, I've been in too many situations where all of a sudden there's just absolutely no sound whatsoever, and somebody does the minutest thing and it's amplified by a magnitude greater than it should be.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to stay as silent as I can.
Okay. I think it takes you about 15 minutes to undo one side of the crate then.
Okay.
Is that fair? That's mainly what I was
Sounds
trying to
good to
figure
me.
out. Okay. You have opened one side of the crate, and there's just a bunch of straw inside. What do you do?
Start digging through the straw, checking for traps along the way.
Alright, make an investigation check.
Oh, my horrible here. Let's see. Oh, come on, roll good for me. 12's not too bad.
Nope. You very quickly look around the inside of the crate and the board that you've just pulled off. There doesn't seem to be any wires, no runes. Doesn't seem to be trapped. You start pulling away the hay. Are you just kind of throwing it out onto the ground? Are you maybe laying down the side that you just took off and laying the hay on it? Are you attempting to board this back up once you're done? Or clean up your mess, I suppose.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
I'm going to try to leave it as clean as possible so it won't be discovered.
Alright, just curious. Yeah. You begin pulling hay. It doesn't take that much until your hand brushes up against something cold. And it's not just a physical sensation. You know, it's like brushing up against rock. It's hard, but it's not chilly, you know. But when you brush your hand against it, you almost recoil, and your fingertips almost feel numb a little bit. You just gently and carefully brush away the hay, and what you see inside seems to be a large crystal. Bigger than you. Probably heavier than you. It seems like the crate
great.
itself wasn't the
Okay.
weight of this thing. The actual thing inside takes up the majority of this crate.
Well, I guess I'm going to try to take some rope and secure it on my back.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say that you can do that. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check to tie this rope. Again, this is just sort of
Alrighty.
being dexterous with maneuvering the thing around, because it is heavy.
Okay, I just rolled a natural 1, but I had the lucky feat, so I'm going to roll again.
Hey,
The racial feat. So let me roll that again.
Indeed.
It tried very hard to give it to me again, but I got a 21 instead.
Nice. You
Much
expertly
better.
roll this thing out, being very careful. And at one point, the ship almost sloshes up against something, and you actually use that momentum to just carefully place it down. You strap some rope around it. I now need you to... Are you picking it up now? Because that would be a strength check. Or are you putting the box back together?
I should put the box back together before I put it on me.
Okay. Are you hammering each nail back in, or are you just sort of loosely fitting it into place?
I'm loosely pushing it back into place, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say that you can just do that then. I'm not gonna make you roll for that. You can
Okay.
just kind of fit it in and maybe use the nails and try to kind of slide them back into their holes, or maybe wedge it into place. But yeah. Are you specifically hiding? I almost want to... Nah, I'm not going to make you roll. That's easy enough. You're not going to try and pick it up, right? That'd be a strength check. For your small little frame. I am going to say that the DC for this is
yeah.
going to be enormous.
Well, I've got a -1 for strength to begin with, so... guess I'm,
Again, this thing is twice as big as you are, at least.
right. I guess I'm gonna try to roll it down to the stairs at the end where the ship's waiting for me.
Okay. I feel like this would be another roll. I'm just trying to figure out if it's sleight of hand or stealth, just because you are trying to be quiet. If you were just rolling it, you could do that. You're trying to be quiet about it. So I'll let you choose sleight of hand or stealth.
Right. It's the same either way, so I'll go with stealth.
All right.
It's a 15.
Okay. You do begin very softly rolling it, and actually because you did wrap rope around it, it does help. There are points where it's got these flat sides to it. It's almost hexagonal the way that it's been cut. There's like these multiple flat sides to it. It's very roughly cut. It's just a large gem. So it's like a cylinder, like a hexagonal cylinder, basically. Anyways, you were rolling it, and at one point it gets to one of these flat parts, and it almost slides, and you think it gets snagged on something. Do you just push, or do you check it?
I will check it.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
What is that sitting on? It's a 14.
Okay. You do see that there is like this slight splinter that's hooked into some of the rope. You could just roll and it'll break off a little bit. You're not sure if that's going to hinder you necessarily, or if it's going to peel up more wood and cause a bigger either sound when it cracks or just completely hinder you. But that is the current situation. Do you push
I'll
onwards?
just take my foot. I'll just take my foot and kind of like bust that little splinter off.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? Kind of like step down on it to crack it off.
If you want to get like your knife out and cut it too, yeah, you can do that. I'm not going to make a roll for that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you continue to push. It has been nearly half an hour at this point. It is, for you, you think like you're doing pretty good time, but for the two people on the boat, it is agonizingly slow.
Well, I'm sure.
You guys doing anything, or are you just waiting?
Still waiting.
No alarm's been raised. No word from the hull. We wait.
Okay. You have made it across the hold, and now you are coming to the stairs. How do you tackle this?
I'm going to hide the crystal behind that chest that's to my left, or actually the little one in front of me.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna stealth my way up those stairs till I can signal the guys down there that I need some help carrying stuff.
But you're
So
grabbing
basically,
like...
I'm gonna stash it and then go up in.
Oh, God, I thought you were grabbing, like, some more loot before you went topside.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, why not?
I'm gonna stash.
I would have
Well,
understood
I might.
grabbing more loot.
I mean, I am gonna have to bring somebody down here to help grab the thing, so I may have to just grab loot. But it
You
comes to
just
that.
stash
But
it off to
anyway.
the side, though, like right here, basically.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. And then I'm gonna slip up the stairs, go
Okay.
to the side of the boat,
Oh.
and psst, hey, whichever one of you guys is the strongest, get up here.
Okay, who has
Oh,
the
there's the
more
door.
strength?
I am not a physically imposing person.
You're more physically
All
imposing
right,
than a halfling. Somebody needs to get up here.
right,
I
I
suppose
suppose the Genasi, as always.
I'll give what help
Sure.
I can.
This kind of seems like an all hands on deck thing. Literally.
Yeah. Ha, puns. Joshua goes up the ladder first.
Okay. I would like everyone to make stealth checks.
Yeah, I got an 18.
Nice.
Nice.
What the hell is up with this? I got a nat 1, but I'm gonna re-roll that.
Okay.
I got a 16.
I got the same.
Nice. I think you all just kind of walk in. I think you all know that sometimes trying to make less noise ends up making more noise. So you just walk in.
Oh, by this point, Holger has taken off the jacket.
I figured.
Gotcha.
Just get down the stairs. Okay.
Well, guys, here it is. We gotta get
So,
this up
folks,
there, and over and into the boat.
you have us a spellcaster.
I suppose I'll
Not I.
take the. I can do some things.
I was imagining that like one person was getting it on each end, with Jack underneath the middle part.
I mean,
may
that's
be the
entirely
plan.
possible.
Have you guys ever like carried a canoe?
Depends on what kind of spell you have.
I remember
Yes.
going fishing with my dad and his friend, and they would each carry the canoe at either end, and I would be in the middle.
I heard. Yeah, playing
Of course,
third
they were
wheel while
just
trying to
they
carry something.
carried-
Had to carry a canoe a couple of times.
Anywho, what's the plan, guys?
I think
Spellcaster person.
Holger is going for the spot with
Yeah,
the most visibility.
Do you have any
Have
spells
you got any spells
like
to lift this?
No,
levitation or telekinesis?
no, I do not.
Let's
Right,
get the thing up and get it out of here then.
Joshua is going to try and not make it weird.
You hear some
Just-
loud footsteps above you. And there's some people
Hide.
shuffling about. And they don't seem like they're coming towards the stairs. They are hanging out. And they seem to be just they seem to have rushed into the room. It sounds like partygoers having discussion, talk amongst themselves. What do you all do?
Okay, this is a wrench. So,
Oh.
distraction time hold here.
Are any of you guys?
So you guys are speaking aloud right now?
Bring
Quietly.
Okay.
Are
distraction
any of you
time
guys
hold here.
good at talking the talky talk?
You hear a voice from above that said, "Did you hear something, darling?"
Okay, no time for talk. You guys
Shut up.
get the box out of here, and I'll.
Holger, go up.
Holger
why
will
don't you go up there
straighten
and
his
convince them that
uniform.
Yes.
Holger
yes.
will straighten
Go
his.
for it.
Oh, Holger is going to straighten his faux uniform, and he is going to go up the stairs.
Okay. You get up the stairs, and you see like 5 people in a tight little group, very fancy outfits, and make a deception check with your disguise.
And I will be whisper yelling towards them, "Sirs and madams, please go back to the party. There has been an incident. Nothing to worry about. It just might ruin your appetites."
Make that deception check with disadvantage then.
Fuck.
God.
16 and 11. Oof.
Okay, like one of the ladies
That's
steps
not
forward.
necessarily bad.
One of the ladies steps forward and says, "I'm sorry. We were just looking to where our fill our drinks. You sir, fill my drink." And she just hands you her glass, and then she turns back to her friends and just keeps chatting.
Are they drunk?
No, they just.
Very posh.
Wanting to get that way.
This is the back end of the ship. This is not where partygoers should be. This is almost like the engine room, so to speak. Like, this is very much staff only. You're not sure how they got back here, but it doesn't make sense for them to be back here. They've gotten extremely lost, apparently looking for refills.
I suppose human is much better deceiving them than a fire genasi.
Yeah. You do have. You do know the location of the kitchen, basically. I guess it would be called the galley, because you did have access to the plans. Are you doing what are you doing?
I'm going to fetch her the alcohol as best as I can.
Okay.
If that goes off without a hitch, I will bring it back and then double down and insist, "Madam, I'm sure you are aware, but this engine can be dangerous. Please return to the party where you are safe."
Alright. I am going to make you roll another deception check to blend in amongst the galley. And you just pick like a random champagne bottle or something to fill her glass with.
Hey, she didn't specify.
Yeah. That's easy to find. You don't need to look for that. This is just to see if anyone spots you while you're in the kitchen.
I rolled a nat 20.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think you can
yeah.
get away with it.
Power of the dice.
I'll say that you bump into someone with like a bottle. They've got like a tray with a bottle in the center and filled glasses around the edge. And they're like, "Oh, sorry. I'm looking for a lady that demanded refill."
Yes, she's tracked me down as well. Please help me. She's in the engine room.
All right. Yeah, and he comes in and gives drinks to the entire group and helps you usher them out of the staff area, and he heads back out to the deck.
Sick.
Yay.
Well played.
Not gonna be sent to
Good stroke of
prison.
luck. In those few moments, what are you guys doing down below?
We are positioning the crystal at the bottom of the stairs so we can get up and get the hell out of here as quickly as possible.
Okay.
That sound like a good plan?
Yep. Holger, as you are coming back down, you see that they are ready. And
Can I a quick head cannon why I got that nat 20? Holgear's got excellent customer service experience.
that is true.
He knows
think
how to
you
handle
have-
unruly guests.
You have this aura of authority, especially in and around. What's the term for like lower or like lesser employees? I didn't want to say like peons, but like.
Nope, it's peons.
I mean, it is kind of peons, but maybe like
Entry
underlings.
level employee.
Yeah.
Subordinates.
How about entry level?
Yeah, entry level. Yeah. Just
There's-
people assume that you're in charge. But yeah, you head back down into hold, and they are ready to get her out, get her going.
Let's move.
Finally.
One more drunk
Let's
idiots
rock.
show up.
I would like everyone to make a collective strength check, and the DC will be considerably lowered since you are all doing it together.
Oh boy.
Middling.
Rolled another
Got it.
18.
Got a 10.
Oh no! Oh, I
Oh,
rolled over.
no.
I got a 2. Collectively, it's not that bad, but
Okay, Jack got a 2. What did Holger get?
10.
10.
Ugh.
What did Joshua get?
18.
Okay. What you needed to beat was a 10. So, that is 2 successes and 1 failure. I think,
which is
Jack,
what we got.
as you were underneath, it's kind of bobbing and bonking you on the head. But yeah. You all have it.
This feels a bit too easy.
As you are making your way out onto the deck, or wait, I guess you're in this back area. Let's see.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Which is below the deck that's on top of us, I believe.
You notice that the boat has become unhooked and is slowly floating away. It's not too far. But you notice this.
Think I can make a jump?
You also now hear like hurried running,
Probably.
and you look down over in this direction, and you can see that there is a few staff members hurriedly coming your direction. They don't see you just yet because you're just past the corner. You can tell that they're hurriedly coming your direction, and one of them seems to be pointing as if explaining something. What do you guys
Think we
do?
could all make a jump.
Not quite.
Oh,
I
jeez.
wanna-
That would be brilliant.
Come on, guys, we can do this. Just a little work on the legs.
Are you guys jumping
I'm
for
willing
it?
I'm willing to go for it.
I vote we jump for it.
All right.
I'll do it.
I would like you
You
all to
guys,
make.
you guys want to jump? We'll jump. I got great acrobatics. I'll jump.
Yep.
Ah.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Oh no.
You guys want to go for it? It's gonna be the quickest way to get this done.
Yeah.
Whoever has the coolest jump gets a bigger cut.
I'll go acrobatics.
Yippee-ki-yay, let's roll it.
Oh,
Going.
fuck yeah,
Here I
let's-
go. Oh,
What's the modifier for
oh,
acrobatics?
sweet.
No!
I got
No!
a 25.
I know.
22.
We're jumping this bitch.
Got a 1.
How do you roll a 1?
I don't know.
Well, what's your modifier?
Okay, I got a 5 technically for
There you go.
strength.
But it is a natural one.
That is a nat 1.
Okay. Here's what
We
happened.
did get
that
2
hurt.
over 20.
Here's what happens. You use that inspiration die that you got at the beginning of the night.
No,
You make it
no,
much, much
no.
better.
Let me paint a picture. Holger, you are at the front. Jack, you are in the middle. And Joshua, you are at the back. And as you are ready and leaping, and you can hear the voices being like, "Hey, hey!" You feel something. And you swear, and maybe it's just the stress, maybe it's just the moment, it's the elation. You feel something that halts you. You don't trip, but you hesitate for just a moment, and then you're left behind, and you swear that the crystal called to you. And you watch as it and your teammates soar and land onto the ship. I assume you guys like set it down, and it almost like lowers your ship a little too much, but it's buoyant enough, it's fine. And you guys like start unhooking. Joshua, you are still
Jump!
on the vessel. People are getting closer. What do you do?
All right. Do you have the produce flame trip?
You do? Okay.
Do. Can I make a wall of fire that won't burn the whole boat to the sea floor?
I think
like,
what you can do is just sort of make like a fan in the air. If you place it down to attach to something like a wall, it will burn. I think if you just want to make sort of like a gust of, hey, stay back, you can do that no problem. If you want to make a literal barrier, then stuff is gonna burn.
Alright, I'll make the barrier. Might as well go out with a bang.
Okay, go ahead and roll that damage.
Fuck them rich kids, I guess.
Yeah, fuck them rich kids.
Gonna blow our gig though. We're gonna have to get the hell out of here quick and get rid of what we got.
Nice. Pay no attention to that.
Commit a 4, a nat 4.
You fan your hand out and you spray this blast, and it embeds into the deck, and instantly the people step back as flames begin to erupt. It seems like they could easily put it out if they stopped, and I think they do. I think they stop and like start putting out the fire rather than chasing you, and you have the moment that you need.
Going to jump onto the vessel with my teammates and
Athletics, acrobatics
and
check.
yell. And
your
while I'm
quads.
jumping, yell to them all. Remember the day you almost caught Captain Joshua? I rolled another 1.
Oh.
You have advantage because of the amazing quote.
Alright, come on. 17!
You make it. You leap from the vessel, and as you are in the air, cartwheeling, you feel this warmth, all of you, and it starts to get brighter, and you turn thinking that the sun is rising, but then you realize that the source of light is coming from the ship that you are on. The small boat at the very center,
Throw a
you see
tarp
this
over
crystal
that thing.
start to grow brighter and brighter.
Yeah, Holger would like to throw his fisherman's jacket over top of that.
And that's where this scene ends.
Dun dun dun.
I would like to take a bathroom break.
Cut to the bathroom.
Cut to the bathroom.
Alright, well, I feel like this crystal is going to explode. Anybody else with me?
It's a lot of money. I think I'd rather take a dip in the water before I take it to the water.
Well, Joshua is literally made out of fire, so
Sucks for you.
kinda does. And he wants to be a pirate. Ironic, right?
That would be terrifying, honestly.
Yeah.
Wait, what are you guys talking about?
Well, I guess whenever
Fired.
we're talking about tactics, whenever we pull up against another ship, we're just going to launch our teammate over there and let him burn their ship down. Instead of having cannons, we're just going to launch him on them.
We're
Okay.
also discussing the logistics of a fire genasi in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
Would know how
You
human
know I
people
know
react to
how.
lava.
Sorry.
That's what's happening here.
I'm going to get your character tokens. This
Sick.
seemed like a decent character token for Joshua. They don't really have any fire genasi. I don't know. I gave you like a red guy. Red guy?
Yeah. No, the human guy is fine.
Oh, the human?
Sorry. Made you delete it.
Well, I could get you like a human guy if you want. Let's see.
Human guy is fine.
I don't know. They don't have like great options.
True.
Also, Joshua. Wait, or not? Yes, all of you. We found out Jack's token, but I don't have tokens for anyone else. I don't know if any of these look appealing.
Pens.
Let's see. What about this one? I love this feedback right now. It's real great. Just getting a lot of.
It ain't my character.
Well, yeah, it could be. I'm asking you, gay or nay? Anyone?
Your name.
Say something.
Preferably less bandito.
Less bandito. Okay. Well, I guess we'll just use this for Joshua since he doesn't seem to care. Actually, Joshua is this one. I'm probably not gonna
Yay,
remember
political
that.
prisoners.
I'm gonna put you right by the door. I just picked this for you. Is that fine, Holger?
That's cool.
Okay. And Jack is over here.
We're prisoners in the. Assume this is the brig of that fancy ass boat.
I don't know. That looks like a rock
I
to
think
me.
it's a city.
We cut back to a few months ago. You are still in the city of Need, and you wake up. Holger and Joshua, you have been here for several days now. There has been not much talk. No one has informed you on the situation of what's going on outside. Why you are continuing to be imprisoned, other than the fact that you were there during the incident, the riots in the streets, and you were simply apprehended because you were associated with the riot that happened, I suppose.
I mean, I technically could have started it since,
Yeah, sort of.
Never admit guilt.
But today there does seem to be some slight activity. You awake to see that a small figure is being escorted, more carried, as they are unconscious, as they seem to be prone to do in order to maintain maximum security, is making sure that no one is conscious while they are brought to this location and imprisoned. And you simply wake up in your cells with no knowledge of how you got here, where all your stuff is. I'll say this, Jack. You've probably been stripped down. You still have like your clothes and whatnot. You probably don't have like belt buckles or anything. They make sure that you don't have. Do you have a special way of like hiding anything like lockpicks or thieves' tools or whatnot on you?
I would assume that in the seam of my clothes would be the place to do it.
Okay.
Like have a wide seam where I could slide things down into it.
I've got an idea. Go ahead and make a. What would be a hiding roll? Stealth or deception? Maybe deception. I'll let you choose whichever you would prefer. Maybe sleight of hand for putting it in there. I don't know.
Did you say stealth also?
Okay.
We'll
Yeah.
go with that.
We'll just go with stealth then.
And it's name the sleight of hand. Oh, that would be a what do they call it? A natural 20 for 28.
Okay. That significantly beats what they rolled for investigating you. So you do still have that on your person. But yeah. Come on. Stop being stupid.
I can't help it.
That's not the right one. It's because I had so much stuff queued. Hold on. Let me just clear this real quick. Yeah, what are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna go to my cell door and kind of look around and see if I can see anybody in the cells across the way from me.
Okay.
Anybody out there I know?
Joshua sticks his hand out of the bars and gives the person yelling the finger.
I mean, you probably would know Jack. I feel like everyone knows Jack.
I mean, I have to like him at the beginning.
No. No one has to know Jack.
I mean, I've probably at least heard of him, considering he robbed my friggin' house.
You don't know that it was Jack specifically that robbed
You don't
your
know
house.
that.
Yeah.
That hasn't been proven yet.
Well, I figured he would be on like a list of suspects or something.
I mean, Jack is always on the top of everyone's list.
You would, but you can never prove it.
Yep. Something got
I always
stolen,
got an
probably
alibi.
Jack. It was probably Jack. Okay. Yeah, it's been like several days down here, and most people are actually pretty quiet. There's like some people are kind of fumbling around and like trying to amuse himself with something. No one's really talking. And it's hard to imagine, but it's taking you several days to notice. There's been very little discussion or pass back and forth. Really, the only thing you do hear is like the general, the occasional guard cough, or like pass by one of their fellow guards and speak something quietly. Yeah, you break the tension in the air, and actually a few people kind of like look up and kind of maybe come to their doors as well. guys doing?
Got any friends at Slippery Jack over there?
There's like one person that actually seems to be like a level above you. It's like, Jack? Is that Jack? How did they catch you?
Apparently by surprise.
Yeah.
All I know is I woke up here.
You do know that you were sold out by, what did I call him?
Some other dude named Jack.
Yeah,
So
I
you
was
called
wondering,
him
like
Jack too,
his
'cause I
name was
got it
Jack
written
as well.
down.
Yeah.
Jack is a snitch and he must die.
Anti-Jack. Zara Jack.
Yeah, and as you were being
It
taken
actually
away,
says in
Jack
my
was like,
notes,
"There
Jack
could
is
be
a
only
snitch,
one."
comma, die. Oh, there will be.
Isn't this the plot of Highlander?
Oh my god.
Not yet.
But you have to be named Jack.
Well, didn't they do that? Like a bunch of James got into a Facebook group and just like duked it out with pool noodles for the right to be named James.
And that was Josh.
Oh.
What about Drake?
They all died. They were not as courteous to their fellows.
We're getting real off topic. I think
We
like
are.
one guard just sort of strolls over. You can hear him coming down the stairs and just sort of makes his way over to your cell, Jack. And he's kind of got his hands almost on like his belt a little bit. You know that thing that like police officers do when they sort of stick their hands behind their vest, their bulletproof vest?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of doing like that thing where he's
I've
just
seen
sort of
it.
tucked his hands into like the folds of his armor. And again, it's not like this.
Do I recognize?
He's wearing like this full body covering armor that seems a little bit too matte to be metal. You know, it's not like it doesn't have that shiny chrome-ness to it. But it is this like full kind of, if you think of like Mandalorian armor, it's kind of like that, but not as shiny. Just kind of like come over and silently stare at your cell, just to kind of see what the commotion's about. You say or do anything? Jack?
Me?
No, he comes over to Jack's cell. Does Jack do anything? Jack's muted, I think, or something.
Yes, he was. I just had to find that. Yes. Jack's gonna say, why do you have old Jack in the cell? What did I do? I didn't do nothing. I was just minding my own business. The next thing I know, I'm here.
He
What
just
goes?
kind of
What's up
stands
with
there.
this?
I think like after a few like pestering questions, he like reaches forward and just kind of wraps his finger against the bars, like, "Hey, quiet you." But doesn't say anything.
So you're not gonna tell me why I'm here?
The figure just sort of stares at you, kind of keeping its head on a swivel to lock eyes with you as it just sort of walks away, though you can't see its eyes.
Fine, be that way.
It is impossible to tell time of day. It is just a constant gray down here, so some people are like still sleeping. Some people are probably just sleeping because there's nothing else to do. I think hear one voice that's just like, Hey, keep it down.
Where would Holger be in relation to Jack?
I mean, Holger is not from Need and has no relation to Jack. I think you would know
In
of his
the
criminal
cells?
history, but that's about it.
I'm referring to the cell placement.
Oh, gotcha. You know what? I think having you guys in your cells is...
Other side on the end.
Yeah. I'm gonna put you outside the door so you guys know where you are. But just assume that you're in your cells. So this is Joshua. Or that's Holger, sorry. Joshua's all the way over here.
Where the political prisoners go.
Well, no, it's because you guys were brought in relatively at the same time. Jack was not.
So can we tell at least when it's nighttime? Does it get at least darker at nighttime?
No. There's like this little... It almost looks like a grate at the back of your cells, sort of near the top end of the wall. That just has this kind of like soft, warm light coming from it. That almost looks like it would be going up to what would be outside, but seems to be magical instead. And it's just constantly on.
We've always got a nightlight.
What about that courtyard area? What about that courtyard area in the middle?
The light does not change in here. You are inside. This is a building.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a nice
But
building.
it's not lit in the middle. Okay.
There is a general light ambiance, and there are like torches on the wall, and also fixtures hanging from the roof.
This is a very situation.
Yeah, because it seems like there's only one thing that can be done here, which is that Jack's going to have to pick his lock and then go around and pick everyone else's lock and tell them to stay in their cage until the time is right, and then we can all spring out at once. However, what we're going to do after that is unknown, since we don't know where we're at or the lay of the land.
To burn that. I kept unmuting
I'm
it.
guessing we probably need to find some stairs and go up, maybe?
There are stairs. You can see them from your cell.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I will say this as well. Holger,
Yes.
you are still holding on to your stone, correct?
That I am.
After that one guard turns their back and walks away from Jack's cell, something materializes around the rock. It's another crumpled note.
Okay, I'll look at it.
The font seems to be slightly different, not necessarily discerning that it's a different person. And while the first note that said, "Please wait," this note says, "Almost time."
I can appreciate an ominous letter.
And then the note self-destructs. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, there it goes.
Mission
Choose to
Impossible.
accept this mission.
Thank you for the reference. You get an adversity token.
I'll
yeah,
give you the
two.
original reference. Originally, that was done on a cassette tape, and
Right.
the cassette tape would just start smoking smolder away, which
And
is cool as hell.
I wanted to know how they did that, but I guess it would make sense for just like a tape to. Cellophane does smoke. It doesn't really sustain a flame though, but I can understand that there might be like a chemical reason why it just sort of deteriorates and dies.
Yeah.
And whatnot, but yeah. I was really hoping that,
That
just
was a
like
cool
the
show
cassette
back in
itself
the
would
day.
implode or something. I guess that would ruin your player though. Fun fact.
And actually, it wasn't even a cassette. It was a reel to reel, is what it was. A very, very
yeah,
small
that's
handheld
right.
reel.
Fun fact, old reels like that, the more you use them, they actually do deteriorate. So
I
you
used
could,
to work in a recording studio when I was like 15, and back then we recorded on 2-inch Ampex tape.
oh, jeez.
That was the industry standard at the time. And then digital came along, and everything changed.
And the Fire Nation.
You could have probably killed several people with your back catalog.
Anywho, what are you guys doing?
I think I'm gonna try picking my lock.
Okay. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check. And if you're trying to do it without anyone noticing, an additional stealth check.
Alright, here comes a sleight of hand. Oh, that's gonna be a 12. And the stealth check is a 17.
What is your passive perception?
My passive perception is 14.
Okay. You stick this thing into the lock, and immediately it's unlike any lock you've ever witnessed before. And you're like, oh, come on, it can't be that different. You just start rooting around in there, and this is more of an exploratory. I'm going to say that this is you deciphering the lock. Go ahead and make an investigation check. Man, I'm making you guys roll lots of checks.
I mean, I'm here for
Yeah,
it.
you are. And I'm not too good at most of them.
Gonna smoke them?
Okay. Oh, that is going to be a natural 1, so I get to roll that again.
Okay.
That's a little better. How about a 12?
Okay. I'm going to say this. With your first attempt, you're not going to pick the lock, but you do explore around in it and understand it a little bit more. But as you're doing so, you almost fumble with it a little bit. Something kind of resists, and you're almost about to just sort of drop it or lose it. And then you hear footsteps up above coming close, as if drawn towards whatever you're doing. Because it is making
Dash
a little bit
gear.
of a sound.
Dash my gear back where it was.
Okay. Yeah, you look up and you do see a figure that kind of looks down. You can see that high up above there are these windows. Probably like a guy like right here comes to the window and looks down. Just sort of glances around, doesn't even seem to notice you, and then goes back.
Oh man, I have a feeling it's not gonna work well. But I'm gonna try it again though.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna give it like a half hour to let him settle back down into whatever he was doing.
Okay.
And okay, here goes the sleight of hand check.
After 20 minutes, Holger, something teleports into your cell. It's that plasma cutter that you stole the first day that you met Malachi.
I got a
Wrong
13 for
person.
the sleight of hand.
Okay, you don't need to roll another stealth check. With a 13, you can feel
Okay.
that you're getting real close, but there's just some final trick that you can't figure out. And maybe it's because you're doing it from, like, you're reaching through the bars to do it from outside, so it's just, you're not used to doing it from like that, necessarily. Like, it's just sort of awkward.
Right.
but you're just missing something.
Okay, well, I'm gonna chill out and give it another 30 minutes or so before I try again.
Okay, no one seems to notice.
See,
Holger, what you doing?
Holger's gonna try and scrounge up some rocks.
There are no rocks in your cell necessarily, but you do have the one rock. All of you also have in this cell just a solid bed frame that's attached to the wall. It does sort of fold up. You can fold it up if you need more room for activities, basically. There is a single rough padded pillow, decent blanket, and they are enchanted that they cannot be dirtied with prestidigitation. And they are also animated that if they are thrown about the room or whatnot, they will eventually come back to rest, neatly placed on the bed. They are self-making and cleaning beds. Everything that we've always wanted.
That's
Burn
awesome.
them.
Could I try and loosen some mortar? Would mortar count as rock?
What do you mean?
Like, I was thinking about maybe trying to loosen up some of the mortar and the bricks around the, like, big wood blocks, I suppose.
Okay.
The things the bed's anchored to. See if there were any cracks that I could help along.
I mean, they are real solid. You can tell that these are regularly maintained. What are you doing specifically? Are you just sort of yanking on it, or are you...
Well, initially I was going to check to see if there are any faults, but if there aren't any, then I suppose I'm just gonna try and use my lucky rock to, like, scrape away at some of them to loosen up.
Okay. Do you want to say that you've been doing this kind of quietly for the past couple of days or something? Or is this
Yeah,
like your first action? Okay.
I think it was started because he had, like, a romanticized view of prison from novels and stuff. So I think he was doing the I've been in here so many days sort of thing.
So were you like doing tally marks, or are you actually like working away at a specific spot?
I think I was going to do tally marks to the left side of the right hand beam.
Okay. You doing anything else, or is that it?
I mean, unlike the rest of them, I'm not that skilled.
Okay. Joshua, what are you doing?
Right. Can I burn the pillows to get the guards' attention and then burn the guards?
You can. Again, what this thing is like, it's a small welder, so it's not the greatest weapon. It's mostly used for... Yeah, you just want to start burning the pillows and blankets?
Wait, I have a welder?
Basically, yeah.
Can I just cut the bars with the welder?
I mean, you can certainly try.
I'd
I'd like to try and cut the bars with the welder.
go for the hinges myself.
Yeah, the hinges too. I'll try
He's
the
like,
hinges, then the
I
bars.
see. You've given me a battering ram. Can I use this battering ram to open a window? Just prop it open. No, it's fine. Yeah, you start slowly working away, and Jack, you see this, and no one hears anything. No one's paying attention. I'm gonna
meow
say
So
that-
in that case, I'm going to not. I'm
Yes.
going to not do anything to cause any attention myself. I'm
Oh,
going to let
okay.
him do his work. You want to sit there quietly and let him do it.
Okay.
until I see that he's almost done with the last hinge. When I think that he's almost done with the last hinge, then I'm gonna try to pop my door as well.
Okay. Yeah, he's like doing his last hinge, and that's when you see that someone's starting to come down the stairs. It's from over here.
Psst, hey! Hold that door up and stand still.
The guard turns and looks at you as soon as you say "psst." And I think he walks right past.
I don't say anything else.
He walks past Joshua, and comes and stands right in front of you.
Hey, man. You guys ain't gonna let old Jack know why he's in here? How many times do I have to ask?
Make a persuasion check. Joshua, do you take advantage of this distraction?
Yes, I am going to finish cutting the hinges, pick up the door, and fucking throw it at the guard.
Alright, let's see what he gets on his persuasion check.
That's a 10 on the persuasion.
Okay. The guard just kind of steps forward and says, "You are being detained for crimes against the city of Need." It's a shame, really. Don't
You
try to
gotta
play
be
dumb with
kidding.
me. You know what you've done, Jerry.
You know I'm not playing dumb. You know what I've done too, and you also know the things that I do with the things that I've done. I'm sure you might even have a relative or two that's benefited from old Jack's, shall we say, extracurricular activities.
I've had a few family members that have been hurt by your extracurricular activities. Holger, make a strength check.
Holger.
Joshua?
Lot handsome. I'm the one throwing the door.
Yes.
Of course, I'm going to make a strength check. Hold on, let me roll. I got a 13.
Yeah, you chuck the door. What are you chucking it straight from your doorway, or are you like kind of running forward?
Running forward and then chucking it.
Okay, yeah. I think the guy turns around just in the nick of time to see you like holding the door, and he goes, "What the?" And then you just slam the door into him. And I think it just knocks him straight out.
At which
Makes
point
sense.
I'll go to open my door.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you start picking it, and I think it starts to come open. Holger,
You
what
want
are
to
you
slide a
doing?
hand check?
Yeah. Holger, what are you doing?
Holger walks to the bar and says, "Don't bother lockpicking, just take the keys."
I got that. I
There are
got that nasty one again, so I'm gonna have to roll it over.
There are no keys on it.
That's a little better. I got an 18.
Okay, yeah, it pops open.
Joshua
So we can
goes
try
over
to get some of these
Holger.
other doors.
Hey,
Holger,
Shall we try to open as many doors as we can before the guards get here, or shall we try to get out?
I vote we get out now.
I would appreciate a little help over here.
Yeah, I think everyone's rushing forward and clamoring to their doors. Like, hey, no, don't leave us. Oh, come on, you gotta help us out. And Joshua, most of these people are people from the Defiance.
Oh, I'm sorry, any
Get
more
busy.
riots?
Get busy. You get that side, I'll get this side. You get that side, I'll get this side. Let's get busy.
Holger?
I don't want to make them promise to not incite more riots. Like, I don't feel like having to come back here.
Holger?
Well, getting out of here is the first priority.
I need Holger to make a ranged spell attack.
Okay. Ooh, I do not. That's a natural one.
No dice for you.
Here's what happens. You are just kind of tossing this stone in your hand, kind of anxiously, and you feel this feeling sort of well up. And it's not anger necessarily, but you just get sort of irritated or fed up or just... And you just throw the rock straight at the door, and it clangs against the lock, and you can see the actual where the lock is in place. There's a significant dent, and you look down at the rock as it stops glowing.
Bit ominous to be controlled by a rock, but alright. Let's see if we can't do that again.
Okay, go for it.
16.
Yep. You throw the rock again, and it just bursts through the door, and it swings open as this rock collides across the room, and it just sort of skips, bounces, and comes straight back to you.
Oh, I
Guys,
could
are
get
we
used
gonna
to
help
that.
anybody else out, or are we gonna get the hell out of Dodge? I'd say we
I'm
help as
gonna
many out
throw
as we
my
can.
rock. Yeah, I'm gonna throw my
Ashura
rock a
rolls
few
his
more
eyes
times.
and starts to work on freeing the rest of the Defiant, saying,
Okay.
I swear to God, this is going to be a bad decision in the future.
You see, like, one guard turn through one of the upper windows as if he's gonna rush this direction because he hears something. And then you hear, like, this loud commotion, and you hear lots of footsteps, and then they get quieter and quieter, as if they're running away towards something else.
Oh
And
shit,
then
let's
there's
get busy,
this
guys.
rumble.
Let's get busy. We got help on the outside. We got help on the outside. Let's get these doors open.
Okay. Yeah, you guys spend a couple minutes just popping all the doors in here. I'm not going to make you roll anymore. But you have complete access. What are you guys doing? Where are you going?
Leaving.
Up those stairs, I guess.
Oops. You grab over. This room back here is just sort of storage where they keep like the blankets and whatnot. Okay. You run to the stairs.
Holger will double check the guard for any useful items.
He
Weapon.
doesn't seem to have anything.
You got
on
any
him
weapons?
except
Grab.
he has a nightstick. He does have a ring. It seems to be like a circlet. Usually you see these on the wrist, but he seemed like he was playing with his.
I'm gonna take the circlet.
It has a blue gemstone on it. But other than his armor, that's about it.
No time to doff him of his armor. Let's go.
Okay, you're just running up the stairs.
Let's go for it.
Okay. Yeah, people are rushing up behind you. And I think people spread out to the sides and begin rushing down like this direction towards where the other officers were running as well. And then you hear them like, nope, turn around. And they start rushing back this direction. What are you guys doing?
I guess that sends us forward.
What did you guys
What's
see?
ahead of us?
This seems to be like the maximum security. This seems like 8 Most of these are empty. You can see in one of them there does seem to be like almost a rock-like Goliath creature that just sort of grumbles and turns and looks at you. There does seem to be like a toad person who spits a little acidic spray at you as you run past. And then like the last one over here seems to contain like just a tornado. It's just like an actual dust devil is in there.
I free the tornado.
So, bring the tornado for sure.
Okay, yeah, you free the tornado and it comes out, and it kind of grumbles in this wind way of like, and like positions itself in the middle of the hallway, blocking you guys from whatever is coming down the hallway.
Thank you.
I say we let the Goliath. Well, he knows who put him there, and he knows it's going to let him out. Let's do it.
I vote we use the elemental and not the psycho.
Wait.
I'm gonna focus on getting us forward.
Okay, so the rock guy's in here. Let's make that tornado a little bit bigger. I say he's a little bit bigger than that. I think he grows as soon as he gets out of his. Yep.
I guess I'm going to get to work on that door and ahead of us then.
It is unlocked.
Anybody wants to fight the rock guy, feel free. It's unlocked, okay.
You push on it and you feel some resistance, but when you actually go to do it, it just pops instantly.
I still think we should let the Goliath loose.
So, no.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like it's a Goliath. It seems like it's a rock-like creature. So some sort of not an elemental, but sort of like a I don't know. It's hard to describe.
Like a rock troll?
Sort of, yeah. And then there was...
Alright, how about this? We tell the tornado after we're gone to let him loose. Once we escape, feel free to let him loose.
Free to let
Take
everyone
pity on
loose.
him like we took pity on you.
Oh, there it is.
A party, man.
There's the frog creature. Okay. Okay. You guys are just rushing through?
I think so.
Okay. You push into this space, and immediately it is a different atmosphere. You enter here, and you feel like you are just somewhere completely different. Jack, you've been all over Need, and you recognize this place. This is one of those old mines. And that's when you realize that you guys are underground, far, far underground.
I suppose we keep moving upwards and not die.
Okay.
Everybody in agreement?
Let's
I'm
keep an eye
alright
out.
with not dying.
Yeah, let's keep an eye out for anything else we can find on the way.
Okay. I mean, there are like crates and tools and whatnot. You can pick up like, there does seem to be some sort of generic kind of equipment set down. There's like lanterns and pickaxes. A lot of it seems like it's, left for dust.
Actually, I guess we could specifically look for our own equipment. It's, I imagine, somewhere in between where we started and where we're headed.
I mean, you assume that by the way that everyone was heading towards the other direction, that seemed to be like the entrance. This seems to be something else.
Okay.
Basically, our options
we're gonna
are
have
the
to
back
find our
entrance
way out.
or zone.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go to the back entrance. We're gonna take it through the rear,
Yeah.
guys. so we should keep moving.
You are rushing through, and that's when you come across some ruins. These have been excavated from one of these old mines. I don't know. Someone make a history check to see if you want to see if you recognize.
Ooh, I'll do it.
Anyone can.
Let's see if I know how this affects property values.
I only got an 11.
Okay. These seem sort of old, but you can't necessarily recognize the architecture. You can tell that it's nothing common like Elven or Dwarven, or any sort of subterranean races that you are known of.
12.
12? Yeah, same information.
Yeah.
Sorry. Keep
I
pushing
got
through.
it too.
Something that you notice is that you do hear a lot of commotion behind you. No one is immediately rushing into the cavern where you are currently.
No, they have a tornado to
That's
get
a bad
first.
sign.
Right. That seems to have bought you a significant amount of time. You continue pushing through, and you can see that the cave does continue onwards to the left, but there does seem to be a door to the right. And it seems like a solid door, an old iron door.
Which way, guys?
Alright.
Try the way without the
Iron
door
door be
first.
faster.
The door. Oh,
There does not seem to be a
let's
lock.
find out. I'll go. Alright, we'll go just pull on it and push on it and see if it opens.
Make a strength check.
Oh, geez, me? Okay.
Hell, why not? I'll give you a hand. Anything to
It's
get
an
out of this
11.
damn place.
Okay. In combination with
Athletics.
just strength. But yeah.
Nice.
I got a 7.
The door does not budge the slightest bit. It seems like it's maybe magically sealed.
Alright, let's go the
Maybe.
other way.
Yeah, that was worth a shot.
Unless you want to try burning it
Yeah.
down.
I'll say this: the circlet that you have does not seem to be of the same make as this door. So, you know, I'm not necessarily saying that circlet was like a key code, but like, if it was, it wouldn't match this door. Push on to the left.
Yep.
And to the left.
There is just a certain spot that is just like daylight here for some reason, and I don't know why. Just ignore that. But you push
That was a
on-
very convenient entrance.
For free!
No.
The
Still dark.
Lord's light shines down upon us.
It you know what? I'm sure there is like a fissure here that you can see light streaming in from above, but it is a ways up and completely sealed. And I mean, if you want to attempt to try and climb up there, you could certainly try.
I think there's only one of us who could.
Well, I'll
He
see
would
you guys
not
later.
look back.
I will shoot that halfling out of the
I
sky.
drop a rope.
Where?
I would dodge it. Let's go. Yeah, you'd have to see him first. He might just disappear. But let's push forward at any rate.
Let's not
Oh.
murder each other just yet. Oh, the music.
Any rocks in the area?
Yes, yeah.
I don't like the sound of that.
As you enter this area, you realize that this place is not an exit, but is instead another chamber for jailing something. You see this massive
super
pillar
max.
in the center of the room that has this cage, and from all sides of it, you can see these chains reaching upwards and into, as if containing something. And hanging from these chains, you see these massive boulders. And it's at this point that you can hear commotion slowly getting closer from behind you.
Alright, since we're a party now,
Is
who votes
there a way to
on...
get... Is this a dead end?
votes
Is this a
on-
dead end?
It seems that
votes
way,
on
yes.
breaking the chains?
Well, I'm sure that probably whatever is inside that cage is going to freak the hell out. So they wouldn't have it down here like this. So anything like that we can put in between them and us is a good thing as far as I'm concerned.
That's one.
And what if it just kills us along the way?
You feel that same
well,
shudder.
what are our other options?
You feel that same shudder that you felt in your cells. And this time you can actually tell that it came from inside the cage. As something stirs. And you see these chains jangle ever so slightly, as if something is resisting or pulling against these massive boulders.
Is this a reference to the Kung Fu Panda scene where he's imprisoned?
Maybe.
Oh shit!
Oh my god,
I
if
thought
it's
those.
fucking tabaxi.
I thought it was that. Oh, I thought by the boulders
God
hanging
of
off
War.
the side of the cliff. Did God of War have
Yes.
chains holding off a cliff?
Yes.
Yes.
That's literally the whole thing about Kratos.
It's chains. Chains for
Okay.
days.
Jack's going to start looking for a way to disable the trap that's holding him in. Whoever's in there.
Yeah, you make your
'Cause
way
if we're at a
around
dead
to-
end, we got not much of a choice.
You can see that while most of these chains are tied to these boulders, there are two chains on the back end that seem to be held by two statues. And at one of the statues, you can see that one of them has been severely damaged from rust. It seems almost intentional. Someone sabotaged this, as if this was planned. So all you really need to
Somebody
do is
want to
give
hit
it a
that
significant whack.
magic rock?
Almost. And I'm gonna throw it at it.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
$15.
Yep.
Not bad.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Uh, 9 damage.
Okay. The chain shatters. And instantly the cage shifts, and you watch as some of these rocks shift downwards while others shift upwards, and you can see a shape under a massive tarp inside of the cage move as you see it slowly pull one of its legs underneath of itself. And that's when you
Care to
realize
come out and
that,
play?
yeah, seems like the front two chains are attached to a head of some sort, and the chains on either side seem to be attached to the arms, and the chains on the back seem to be attached to the legs.
Did I start melting the chains?
Yeah, you can break the other one as well.
But I'm gonna do that. Hopefully not get sliced in half.
Okay. Which chain do you want to start burning?
And closest to me.
Okay,
I'm assuming that's leg chain. Alright.
the other one held by the statue. What'd you get? Oh, actually, right. You don't have this item yet. Yeah, you just start melting through it, and you pop this chain as well. And it's at this point that you actually see this figure get its legs underneath itself, and it slowly starts to rise. And then you see it heave and then it just pulls inwards, and you can see it takes its arms outwards in a T-pose before rushing and pulling them inwards as these massive boulders come upwards and embed into either side of the cage, crumpling it instantly. And the cage is destroyed.
I vote we run very,
Nice.
very fast to the commotion now.
We should at least
but
stand
we
back.
try to persuade him to be our friend. Yeah, standing back's not a bad idea, but we should at least let him know who it was that freed him.
Okay. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hey!
My,
Hey, you're a big boy, aren't you?
I thought it was gonna be the Necro King.
It is the Necro King. Hold on. His name is... Is he... Are you gonna stay muted, or are you gonna join the conversation, my friend?
I mean, I'm super down for a mute skeleton to join the party.
That is true. He is muzzled. He is muzzled still. I mean, you can still say what you do. You don't have to be text only. Also, the discussion tab is for talking. Game stuff is for me sharing information to you guys. So, if you don't mind, I would like you guys to be talking in discussion. That's alright.
So is he wearing something that is muting him, or?
As this massive figure steps through the crumpled cage, you can see as he just pushes away the metal, just sort of crumpling, his body seems to be covered in this weird tarp that is just sort of clinging to him, but you can say that these chains are still sort of wrapped around him, and you see that there is sort of like this collar underneath of this tarp, but he's just this massive hunched figure. And you just sort of hear this big heavy
You
breathing.
need help? You need help getting the rest of that off?
I mean, I'm not in control of this character, but it doesn't seem like it's something that would just come off.
And I
Jack's
use
gonna go up
my-
and see what we can do to get the collar off of him.
Can I just melt the collar off?
Oh, I don't
Without
think that's gonna
dying.
work very well.
I mean, it might die.
I
It
think
might
he's
work.
a bit too aggressive to
Let me,
approach
let
at the
me see if I
moment.
can just pick the lock first. Yeah, okay. Can we at least try to pull the tarp off of him?
I mean, it's kind
So we
of
can
his
see what he's
clothes, but sure.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, never mind.
I don't want to see no skeleton.
What makes you think it's a skeleton?
Big vibes.
You say it was a skeleton?
I didn't say it was a skeleton.
You just said it was a skeleton.
No, I said it was a
Of course
massive
you said I didn't
gaslight.
say it before you said it, but
I did not say skeleton.
You said a skeleton. Don't gaslight me.
I'm almost positive I did not say skeleton.
you just said it again.
Alright.
So, who thinks they can persuade this young man here to be our friend?
I suppose I can try. We understand you are deeply frustrated from this current situation. We wish to assist you in your escape. Would you allow us to assist you in freeing yourself of your bond?
Feel like
See, this is a problem with him communicating using just text only.
Oh, my bad.
he's communicating through text. So confused. Do you not have a mic or something? In the middle of church?
I think it's
Yeah.
No.
where he's at. I'm gonna top off my water real quick.
Take me to Snurch. Big ass spider on my wall. Right across from me.
He's just letting you know he's there to eat the other bugs. He wants his protection money to keep the mosquitoes away.
There's no mosquitoes.
Exactly. And if you don't want any mosquitoes, you better start giving him his protection money. Don't you know how this racket works?
He stops and slowly looks towards the one who spoke, his blood-red eyes staring into yours, and he lets out a low and deep growl. You could feel his desire to kill radiating off of him. Oh, jeez.
You're not
Edge
helping your
bone.
case.
Yeah, I think this is just like a massive feral creature. But I mean, isn't directly attacking you, you know, so that's at least something.
Well, I guess we should move out of its path so it can continue to go forward if it wants to.
Yeah. At this point, you do hear like people rushing up.
Yeah, I'll get out of its
Hey,
way.
we should hide in a corner and let it go by us, yep. Have at him. Evil non-skeletal looking dude.
Yeah, you weren't
Completely
supposed to know he was a
non-skeleton.
skeleton. That's why he's wearing the tarp. It doesn't
I
matter
didn't say
now.
skeleton, I said non-skeleton.
Whatever.
Typically did not call him skeleton.
You
You should have
specifically
been
called him a
smarter about your wordy
non-skeleton.
words. Words matter.
Since we don't know his name, we're just going to call him Bones for now, okay?
Okay.
That's his nickname until we find out otherwise.
He doesn't look bony. He doesn't.
I didn't say he did. I just said his nickname is Bones.
Okay.
Hey,
That's racist.
Why?
Bitch.
Everybody's got bones. How can that
Okay.
be racist?
And yeah, I think he just kind of starts charging forward, giving you a bit of a shield, and just sort of toppling people over. I'm not gonna make us roll initiative or like do any specific rolls. I'm gonna say that with ease you can, as a group, kind of handle the measly, kind of almost pitiful groups that are sort of trickling in. And you just kind of begin pushing backwards. Where are you guys headed now?
Side.
What's he say?
I guess I'll see what he reacts to the metal door first.
Probably nothing specifically. It doesn't necessarily mean anything to him.
Can't he knock it down? lift it up.
We'll
Around.
point that way and see if we can get him to go that way.
Towards the door?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. I mean, that's up to
We
you.
know it's back the other way. We'll kind of gesture over toward the door
If you ask him politely. Okay, yeah.
and say,
Go ahead and make a
"The
strength
bad
check.
guys down this way. We know it's this way."
I need a strength check for you, Haynes. Haynes.
Nice.
Jeez.
Did you catch that? You rolled a 23.
Yeah. He like takes one hand into each door, punches into them, and you think that he's gonna punch straight through, but instead the metal just buckles, and then he just, with each hand, just pulls one door off their hinges, and then the other just burn, burn, and just tosses the doors aside. And I think just keeps barreling through. Goodness gracious,
I
where
can
do you go?
appreciate a person of virtues.
I mean, he's doing like full juggernaut right now, that he's just like rushing forward, knocking things over as he goes. He's literally just like a bowling ball. As you enter into this room, you notice that it is a dead end. And what you see in this room defies all logic and expectation. What you see simply hovering at the far end of this room is a crystal that's glowing slightly.
How big is it?
It is about 8 feet tall, maybe 4 feet wide. It is sort of
It sounds
cylindrical, just kind of very rough cut stone, or not stone. And as you approach, it almost takes on a soft blue hue. And you have this feeling of almost
well, are we
nostalgia.
interested in that or getting out?
I'm worried that there's skeletons underneath.
It's just sort of floating in the air.
Are there not skeletons underneath it?
No, nor the skeletons.
If it's just floating,
Okay.
does it move if we try to manipulate it?
You go up and
Still
touch
just
it.
float in the air? Why not?
How many more luck points do you have?
I haven't used any yet.
As you approach it, you hear the sound of ocean. You hear waves crashing. You hear birds chirping.
Oh, that's weird.
Is. But it does mean freedom.
Are we assuming this is some kind of portal?
Might be.
Look around for a
God,
rock.
if I disappear, follow me, and I'll touch it.
You
Oh.
place your hand on it, and you feel this connection that's so pure. It's so deliberate and direct that it's not abrasive, nor is it friendly. It just simply is. And it's potent enough to almost take you... It's almost pulling you in, and as you place one hand against it, you instantly sort of raise the other hand almost reflexively, but you feel it almost magnetically drawn until both of your palms are placed against this thing, and Jack is just sort of gently calmly staring into this thing. And you all get the impression that you should do the same. Do you?
Yep. Joshua places his hand on the big thing, the big crystal,
Okay.
and hopefully doesn't die horribly.
You get the same feeling. This immensity of somewhere else that you could be if you just allow it to happen. You feel like you almost need to push your way through, but you know, this isn't something that's just gonna whisk you away or is, drawing you in. There's no deception here. There's no charm. This is just something that simply is, that you have the choice.
I will choose to put my hands on it. Why not? TPK, let's go.
Holgar, you also put your hands. As you are looking behind, as you are stepping forward to this thing, you turn and look at Bones, I guess you called him, as he is like looking around for like ways to collapse the the room in on you guys, I suppose.
Holger will hurry up.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna make him roll for this. I think if he just like kicks the door out or something. Oh yeah, okay. Jeez, yeah. Some of the supports for this cave are coming loose and rocks are beginning to fall. And it's beginning to crumble and shake, and he turns and steps forward, and I assume he places his hand on the crystal as well.
You are a good
One-way
friend.
trip from here, guys.
Okay. And you all are whisked away to a place that you do not know. To a place
Everybody
that you
knows your
don't
name.
know or recognize, but feel
I
as
played
though...
in a campaign last Friday night where we have 11 natural 20s.
Yeah, he is rolling really insane. But you all wake up on the beach. There is sand underneath your feet. You are in this small alcove, and you are just simply there. And you're all sort of standing around the circle, and you look at each other and look out over to the horizon as birds soar through the air, and you know that you're safe. Whatever happens now, it's up to you guys. You're free to make your own destiny. And that is where we're going to end today's session.